Hey guys, this is Miriam at High Life Auto. I am out doing a video test drive on a 2007 Lincoln Town Car. If you've never been on my video test drives before, the way it works is I drive the vehicle on video and I tell you what I see, hear, think, smell, and feel to give you the best indication of being in the driver's seat without actually being in the driver's seat. I'm not a mechanic and this is not meant to be a 182-point inspection. Rather, it's meant to be a sneak peek into how the vehicle drives and any potential issues I notice as we're going along. So we'll take a look around the vehicle, we'll take a look under the hood, and then we'll go for a drive. But this one is not just any old Lincoln Town Car, not just an 07 Lincoln Town Car. This one is a Lincoln Town Car Limo. And this one's fun. Like, we buy these every couple years because why not? Like, if they come up for sale, why not? Our kids enjoy them. We've done all kinds of things in them. This last time, our 14-year-old daughter had her birthday party in it, and we were going to take our son to homecoming in it, and then he got in trouble. So that didn't happen, but we've only got 4 kids, but we go to church in it. We do all kinds of things. So if you see this thing toting around town, that's probably us just doing family things. It's a lot of fun. So you could get it and do like a limo type service. It's not going to be one of those limo services that you can charge $500 an hour for, because let's be real, it's an 07 Lincoln Town Car. It's not a 2025 Lincoln. It's not a 2025 Hummer H3. It's got some age to it. So, but it's still a limo, and there's still something cool about riding in a limo. So, if you wanted to do it, it'd be like a really cool side hustle. So anyways, I'll show you what it is. It's not perfect, and part of it is my fault because I'm a woman and I can't drive. But I'll explain that as we go along, and I'll explain everything else as we go. So here we go. So 07 Lincoln Town Car. It's a phenomenal car. It really is. We picked it up in Muscatine, drove it home from Muscatine. We have driven it since then. We've driven it to Keokuk, to Quincy, to Burlington, all around the place, in circles and up and down and all around. Body is pretty good. It was better when we got it, but it's still pretty good. So especially being an 07, you've got a little bit of stuff going on right here. Tires are they're more weather cracked than anything, but they've got 35% tread on them. They're not the greatest, but they do okay. Well, let's start on the outside. I think I gotta step back so you can see everything. But the windows are black tinted, so you really can't see anything inside. The kids can be getting in trouble and you wouldn't know it. But pretty decent looking. Otherwise, no real rust, dents, dings, or anything like that on this side. So up here it's got the vinyl top. No leaks. It is waterproof. However, it is an 07, almost 20 years old. So the previous owner, or maybe the previous owner, I don't know, they had put tape on here, and you can see it's starting to kind of come up just where the vinyl is. So it could be reattached. It could be probably, if I were keeping this long term, I'd pull the tape up and clean it up and just put some clear silicone caulk on. If you got a little bit of extra time, I'd do that and just make it look real nice. But it is waterproof. Like I said, we've had some pretty decent rains and there's no water in it at all. So it does get a little bit, it does have a little bit of peeling away, but that's all just cosmetic. See, that's what I'm talking about when I say it's not like a 2025 Lincoln that you can charge $500 an hour for, because someone's not going to pay $500 an hour for an 07 Lincoln that's got any flaws at all. When someone's paying $500 an hour, they want it to be absolutely perfect. Same thing on this side. You've got that on the side as well. On this side, again, there's really dents, dings, and all that kind of thing. This door is just a little bit, and I don't know what it is. Oh no, it's not really the door. It's just this trim piece right here. I see this clip right here is off, so that's probably not even off. It's probably just out of the out of the little clip thing on that side. That probably just needs to be put back in. So while we're back here, we'll get in here. I do have pictures on my website of at nighttime when this is all lit up. So you can look and see on there. I did clean it. So there's a chance, you know, that my kids will be in it until, and it will not always be this clean, but we'll see. But it's a pretty decent sized limo. You've got 3 here in the back. You do have, you know, like I said, you've got a couple things like the headliner starting to come down. Again, small fixes. You could put some adhesive on there and, you know, fix that up if you wanted to, or just put your family in it. It gets decent gas mileage, so it's no worse than an SUV. Here's all your controls up here. This is the radio. This does not stay up. My kids have never messed with it, so it doesn't stay up. So probably I would plan on just a new head unit there, and you'd have music back here. Here's all your climate control. I've never been back here. I always sit up in the front, and my kids always sit back here, but here's all of this stuff back here. And then you've got all the lights back here. And so I would say you've got, depending on the size of your people, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what, 6 to 9 people here? I mean, maybe depending if you had smaller people, you might have more than that. I don't know how many cups they have. I don't know if that would indicate how many they expect you to have, but you've got these TVs here. I don't know if they work. I've never tried them. My kids might be able to tell you. I think they had more fun. They just had friends in here, so I don't think they ever tried them. But you do have the cups and stuff in here. There's the, you know, these cooler things in here for ice and all of that. So it really is the whole package. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. My kids had a ball. Something that we're going to continue to use. This, like again, this is something that's on my list to fix. There's a couple things. Just this door handle. It's on my list to fix, and I'll tell you a couple other things that I've got. I've been just tinkering on a couple things as I have time. Let's see, up here we've got the interior up here. So I mean, and the leather's in good condition. It was used professionally when it was new, and then the guy we bought it from in Muscatine, he just used it for his grandkids. And then this door, there is a, I'll show you when we get in on the dash, there is a door ajar sensor on, and it corresponds with this door right here. I verified that with my computer, and that's in the door latch assembly. Again, something I'm working on. I know how to do it, and I just need to do it. So those are 2 things that are kind of on my list to do. Not hard to do at all, just probably take me about an hour, 2 hours, and so I just need to block out some time and, you know, get them done and all of that stuff. So here is the woman driver part. I was driving actually the night of my daughter's birthday in my yard, and my other daughter had a pole in the yard that had her stupid baseball thing in it, and my bumper caught the pole, and I'm an idiot and I caught the bumper. So there is a little bit of it just this piece right here caught the bumper and it kind of pulled it. I tried to do a little bit of work for, like, I'm not a body person at all. I have that's the one thing that I cannot do. So I tried to do a little bit of straightening just to get it to look better, so it does look night and day better than it did. But I know that if you have any talent, I'm sure that you can get that back to probably nearly factory. Nothing is broken, it's just bent. And so I'm sure that it can be back to normal, but that is my woman driver problem. Sorry, it happens. That's what happens when you let a woman drive a 20 million foot car. Okay, sorry. Here's the front of the car, and this is going to be a really long video because this is a really fun car, and there's a lot to say about it. Okay, so here is the motor, and Lincoln Town Cars are just phenomenal cars anyways. If any of you have parents or grandparents that are, you know, they're generational. They drove Lincoln Town Cars for, you know, that's kind of what they did. Like Matt's grandparents, they drove Lincoln Town Cars and they traded them in every 2 years, and that's what they drove for years and years and years and years. They're just great cars, and they ride like a dream, and they drive like a dream, and they're just awesome. So that's kind of Lincoln in general. The last Lincoln Town Car limo we had was a 1997, so this is a 10-year upgrade on that. And then we've had a couple Cadillacs in between there, but Lincoln is definitely the better one. So, okay, so here we've got seatbelt light on. I don't know why that's on. There's no one in that seat, and my wallet is not heavy enough to trigger that. Just a sensor or something. And then that door ajar light, like I said, that's on. And then that red light there, that is your indicator that there is a warning light on. So that's what that is. Let's see. Closed door to clear. Oh, so I don't think I can. That should be. Okay, well, anyways, there's 200 some odd miles on here, because the oil change is current and it's due at 229.57. I know I've seen it before, so there's got to be a way to see. What the miles are. I don't know. I know I've seen it before. It was like 200 and I want to say it was like 212 or something like that. I know I've seen it. I'll see if I can find it. But it's on there. Okay, so it does have higher miles, but remember, it was also driven professionally as a limo for limo service up in Chicago when it was first new, and so a lot of miles it had on it because that's what it was used for. So you kind of have to take that into account for that. So up here we've got our radio. Radio works. This screen is not actually flashing like that. That's just the way that it reacts with the camera. Air conditioning works up here. I have not yet tried the heat. This is actually the first time that I've been in it since it's been cold, so we're going to try that. Probably turn off that. Windows, driver's side window works, passenger side window works, and I do know that I don't know, you probably can't see them, but I don't know if you can see that or not, but that rear passenger side window did go down, and that rear driver's side window did go down. I think you can probably see them if you look real hard. And then this partition right here, let's see, it does go up and down. Wait, let's turn my master switch on. Let's see. It does go up and down. This switch right here is a little bit finicky, but it does go up and down, so sometimes you just have to play with the switch. Most of the time I just leave it down so that it stays down, and I don't know if that's just the switch. I don't know if there's wires back here that are loose or what. Most of the time I just leave it down unless, you know, my kids had it up, and there's also a button back there, so I think that they were able to control it a lot easier than I could. So we will go take it for a drive and see what we've got, and I'm going to attempt not to hit anything. That would be ideal. Believe it or not, I actually have driven long vehicles. I've driven trucks and trailers, and I've driven limos multiple times, and I think it was just a matter of, it was nighttime and it was dark, and I was parked in my yard, and there was a pole in my yard for whatever reason that my daughter never uses, but it was there, and it just, I don't know, I think just the stars aligned in such a way that it just wasn't a good deal for me. So anyways, besides that, it is driving phenomenally. It accelerates well. You can hear a little bit of the exhaust, probably, you know, from the exhaust manifold. That's pretty typical in your older, like your older Fords and stuff up there on your exhaust manifold. but just you know, you'd think a bigger car would have less power or something. It does not at all. It's got plenty of power. It drives just fine, and we've had probably 9 or 10 teenagers in here, and it does just fine. It handles the weight just fine. There's no problems hauling it or stopping it or anything like that. It drives smooth. I'm up to cruising speed, so we'll turn on our cruise, and you can see right there that our cruise works. And our turn signals, there's my left turn signal, there's my right turn signal. And just with any longer vehicle, there is a greater stopping distance, just because the brake fluid has to go from the front all the way to the back. So it's not one that you want to, you know, I'm sure you could stop on a dime. I could slam on the brakes and stop fairly quickly. Brakes are good and solid, no grinding, no vibration, but they do take a little bit longer to stop because you are stopping a bigger vehicle. Your turns are obviously a little bit wider because you are driving a boat. So you just have to be aware of that. You have to kind of learn how to drive something a little bit longer, but it is definitely fun. You know, even if it's just something, if it wasn't a business, if it was just a fun family car, it is definitely something fun. It's I don't think it's something you'd have to put any major repairs into right away. Typically your typical maintenance, your oil changes, probably some tires. I mean, just, you know, some weather cracking and stuff. Coming into winter, maybe just put some better tread on them. But for the most part, it's a really good running, really good driving vehicle. So if you have any questions, my cell phone is 309-267-7200. Thanks, guys.